Hi guys, it's Christian's Creative Kitchen, and today we're going to prepare a fruity, delicious pumpkin soup. In this recipe we're going to use 1 medium-sized butternut pumpkin, 2 to 3 oranges, 5 to 6 carrots, 1 small red onion, and a ginger root of approximately 3 centimeters. Additional ingredients used within this recipe are olive oil, salt, cayenne pepper and ground pepper to include a spicy note, and coconut milk. Coconut milk is used to balance excess acidity or sweetness which may come from orange juice or carrot pieces. Beyond, we are going to use a hand blender which allows us to create a soup or puree-like consistency. 2 additional components you want to consider to finish this recipe in style are a juice press to collect the orange juice and some pumpkin seed oil. The pumpkin seed oil serves the purpose of decoration and gives some additional aroma. We will add it just when we are about to enjoy our delicious pumpkin soup. Next, take the pumpkin, a large cutting board, and a large chef's knife and separate the pumpkin in 2 pieces. Then with a smaller knife, cut away the edge and remove the peel gradually. Next to a sharp knife, you will see that this process requires quite some patience, but you will be rewarded very soon. Once the peel is removed, slice the pumpkin lengthwise and remove all the pumpkin seeds with a spoon. You can then begin by cutting some rings and lay them on top of one another and cut pumpkin cubes of around 1.5 centimeters. Recently, the pumpkin has gained popularity in the kitchen, and this for a very valid reason. Although it contains just 25 calories per 100 grams of fruit flesh, it's super abundant in nutrients and therefore considered a superfood. The beta-carotene in the pumpkin will be turned into vitamin A by our body and is said to make our skin soft and tight. Also, the pumpkin's antioxidants have been shown to effectively improve and prevent inflammations, cancer, infections, kidney stones, skin diseases, and are able to combat depressions. The vitamin B in the pumpkin ensures we can generate energy from our food, renew our blood cells, skin cells, and strengthens our functioning of the immune system. Minerals such as potassium, calcium, and zinc will additionally support your cardiovascular health and keep your blood pressure low. The pumpkin's fruit flesh is also known to contain silica, which will support our connective tissue, aid to powerful nails, and pure skin. When you have finished cutting the pumpkin into pieces, put it away for a moment. It's now time for the carrots. The carrots are one of the most vital ingredients for this recipe, since they add in a sweety, unique, flavorful aroma to the soup that could not be reached without them. For my carrots, I'm using biological quality, which allows me to keep the peel on and also keep all the nutrients of the carrots for my soup. I recommend you to do the same, but if there is no biological quality available, you can remove the peel. Then start by cutting away the edges of the carrots and slice them into pieces of around 0.8 to 1 centimeter. You can take 2 carrots at the same time and then continue with the slicing procedure as mentioned. We are now going to cut our red onion into pieces of around 0.5 by 0.5 centimeters. The red onion in particular is rich in flavonoids, which help to cleanse your blood and aid to an improved blood flow. Beyond, the onion will add a sweet and spicy note to our dish. On the right top of the screen, you can see I already put some pot on the stove and turned on the heat at low level. After 2 to 3 minutes, when we are finished cutting the onions, we will put some olive oil in the pot and then the onions into it to start the searing process and afterwards continue with the soup. While you sear the onions in the pot, ensure that there is sufficient olive oil in it at all times to avoid the onions getting burned. This process takes approximately 3 minutes, and you will realize that the onions will be ready when they have become transparent and give away some roasted smell. It's now time to add the pumpkin pieces into the pot and ensure that there is sufficient olive oil in it at all times. This is particularly important because the pumpkin doesn't contain much water and therefore tends to burn easily. Our aim is to achieve a slight crust, which will be attained by stirring around the pumpkin pieces every once in a while during 4 to 5 minutes. Meanwhile, the pumpkin will also release additional aroma into the pot, which will be available for our soup thereafter. Now that the pumpkin pieces have been slightly roasted, it's time to add the carrot pieces into the pot. We add the carrot pieces at this stage because they are a little bit more firm, contain less water, and thereby have a tendency to burn more easily. Our intention is to keep all the humidity and liquid and nutrients of the carrots, and thereby roasting them for just 3 to 4 minutes is sufficient. It's now time to take our ginger root, remove the peel, and cut the ginger into small pieces. Then put the pieces into the pot and continue the searing process for additional 3 minutes. It's now time to add some cayenne and ground pepper to the soup and bring some water to boil on the side. Stir around all the vegetables to ensure that the aroma is evenly distributed. Once the water is reheated, add it to our vegetable mix until the vegetables are all fully covered with water. It will take around 25 to 30 minutes for the vegetables to be fully cooked and achieve a soft consistency where all the juices are relieved in the soup. Here I've cut the orange into 2 pieces and I'm beginning to extract the orange juice with the juice press. So 25 minutes of cooking our soup have passed and thereby we are ready to taste it. You can taste the pumpkin as well as carrot pieces, and they should both have a slightly soft, especially the pumpkin, a mashy consistency. Now that we have added the orange juice into our soup, it's time to reconfirm that there is sufficient liquid in the pot. It should cover not only all the vegetables, but also 1 centimeter above. So reconfirm that, and in case there is not enough liquid, you can add a little bit more water to it before you start the mixing process with the hand blender. To begin mixing the soup with the hand blender, put the soup aside on a stable mat such as a cutting board, and then take a lid to cover the soup with one hand, while with the other hand you start the mixing process with the hand blender. The coverage with a lid will avoid the soup being spilled all over the place and ensure you won't hurt yourself. After I finished mixing the soup, I decided to give it a preliminary test. All these wonderful fruity flavors. It's really incredible to have this in a pumpkin soup. I wonder what will it be like when all this coconut milk will be added in. It's already so delicious. The final component we want to add into our soup is the coconut milk. The coconut milk harmonizes excess acidity and sweetness, which may come from carrot pieces or the orange juice. The perfect dosage will be anywhere between 100 and 150 milliliters, which will allow you to enjoy the best of the three worlds: fruitiness, sweetness, and a unique coconut flavor. Congratulations! You have now mastered how to make a pumpkin soup a la Christian's Creative Kitchen. Now, take a deep breath and look at this magnificent pumpkin soup. Doesn't it look stunning? One final advice I can give you is to garnish the soup with some pumpkin seed oil. Doing so will allow you to enjoy some nutty flavor, and it creates a visual highlight for your soup. I recommend you some slices of white bread to eat with the soup. Enjoy! I wish you best of luck in cooking this recipe. If you enjoyed my video, please consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you soon in one of my next videos.